There's a midrash, Midrash Tanchuma. I'm going to modernize this midrash a little bit based on the conversation that my wife had with a friend of hers. She had a friend in school who didn't have earrings. So she asked her, why don't you have earrings? She said, well, if God wanted me to have holes in my ears, He would have made me with holes in my ears. My wife said, what are you talking about? Maybe God gave you a body and then you could do something with it. Believe it or not, this is a midrash. The midrash in Parashat Tazriah, in Midrash Tanchuma, Perek Zayin, there's a conversation between Turnus Rufus and Rabbi Akiva. Turnus Rufus says to Rabbi Akiva, if God wanted you to make the circumcision on your boys, He would have made you born without the orla. Why do you have to go ahead and change God's perfect nature? And Rabbi Akiva says to him, well, if God's nature would be perfect, why do you have to cut the umbilical cord? Do you want to leave the baby with the umbilical cord? Which is a conversation between the two. Is God's nature perfect? Yes or no? And the answer of the Midrash is, it's not. God's nature is not perfect. He made it imperfect for us to perfect it, actually. And what is the purpose of that? Which is the mitzvah of Brit Milah, of course. The Sefer HaChinuch in Mitzvah Bet says the following. The purpose of this is actually for something else. He says, Ha'am HaNivchar, chosen people, Chafetz Hashem Yitbarach להשלים תכונתו, ורצה להיות ההשלמה על ידי האדם ולא בראו שלם מבטן. God did not create the chosen people perfect. He asked us specifically to make it perfect by doing the Brit Milah for males. לרמוז אליו כי כאשר תשלים צורת גופו על ידו, to hint to him that when he makes his body perfect, כן בידו להשלים צורת נפשו בהכשר פעולותיו. So too, one should focus in making his actions perfect in a spiritual way, which means that anything that happens to us in a physical way is really a wake-up call for a spiritual way. And we have a lot of questions to ask ourselves these days. Of course, I let everyone fill the blank. Shabbat Shalom.